I'd like to share with you a vision I had many years ago. I call it the vision of trust. And this vision is very powerful. And not only did it really help me during that time in my life when it came to trust, it continues today to guide and help me and bring me back to my center, to balance whenever I find myself going through a challenge that involves having to trust. Many moons ago, I went to meditate and I found myself on a river going downstream, and in the canoe with me was a teacher, a shaman of sorts, a very wise teacher. And all was well with the world. The sun was out. We were having a great time. The birds were chirping. The trees were, blowing in the wind. And then I started to notice the river change. It was getting rockier, and I saw a great waterfall up ahead. And I started to panic. I started to have fear, and I started to get anxious about a possible, fall. We could die. And I started thinking the worst thoughts of what could possibly happen to us. The canoe, breaking apart. And this shaman, this teacher in the canoe, he looks at me and he says to me, "Release your fear." And I trusted him in this vision. I trusted this teacher, and I did just that. I released my fears. I released my doubts. And we went over the waterfall. And as we went over the waterfall, we transformed into water. So as water, the force of the waterfall could not hurt us because we were one with the water. And from the bottom of the river, we flew out as birds, and we flew to the top of a mountain where we transformed back into human form. Now comes part 2 of this vision. I'm on the same river, I'm in the same canoe, but this time sits no shaman across from me. This time sits someone, I used to see, a partner. So anyway, all was well with the world, and we're going down that street, that river, and the sun is out and the birds are chirping, until once again the river starts getting rough, and I see that same waterfall up ahead. Now, again, I start to panic. I start to have fear. I start to get anxious about an impending fall and all gloom and doom. And just before we're about to go over, I look at this man that's in the canoe, someone who I cared about. I looked at the waterfall, I looked at the man, and I jumped out of the canoe. I jumped out of the canoe and I swam to the banks where I found the closest tree. I climbed the closest tree and I sat there on a branch, panting like a wet cat. And then a child monk appears. And I look at this child monk and I say to him, yes, I know, but I'm sorry, but I just didn't trust him to take me over that waterfall. And this child monk looks at me and he says, but yeah, you need to love yourself. And I reply, but I do love myself. And I continue to give this monk, this child monk, a report on all the reasons why I love myself. And the child monk looks at me and he says, you don't understand trust. And I'm thinking, hello, did I not just give you, little monk, a detailed report on all the reasons why I trust myself, And he looks at me and he goes, to really understand trust is to know that it does not matter who's in that canoe with you. Because despite whatever waterfall you may come across and face, it's the knowing that you will always come out on top. And if you think about that, how often do we leave a situation, we jump out of that canoe because we're afraid of getting hurt. We are afraid of something possibly happening to break us, to shatter us. And so before we allow ourselves to go through that journey and grow through that journey, we jump out of the canoe because we want to be safe, we want to be protected. And we watch this river going by and others going down this river, growing, evolving, learning from their experiences, but we are safe. We're safe on the banks. We are safe from living, from growing, from soaring, because we see it as we see ourselves as protecting ourselves, right? So yeah, this vision really helped me on my journey where it comes to trusting the process, trusting myself, that no matter what, all will be well. No matter what, I will always come out on top. And as I started to reflect back on my life, I realized that if it weren't for those waterfalls, I wouldn't be the woman I am today. I wouldn't be sharing this message with you. I had to go through all of that. And so guys, this is a very powerful vision that has really helped me and continues to help me. And I hope that it will also help you in some way, shape or form. And so yeah, guys, enjoy your day.